I'm Anne Marie, and you are listening to Achieve Spiritual Radio on Tarot Joy. And today's guest is Reiki Master Victoria Lanakila, and she is going to talk to us today about the 10 powers of choice meditation, as well as her Reiki Master wisdom and live readings. So it's all good, and we hope that we will also be able to give you some controversial conversation to keep you hanging on, and maybe some of it you'll jive with and some of it you won't, and maybe some of it you're not ready for and some of it you feel real ready for, as far as age-wise and thinking about your future. So again, we have Victoria Lanakila, and she is coming us from the Aqua Oceans to give us her profound wisdom today. All right. Yeah. Okay. So, Miss Victoria Lanakila from the Aqua Oceans with the soothing voice. Tell us what you're doing these days.
Wow, Annie. Well, aloha, kako, everybody. It's nice to join you all again. Can you hear me, Annie?
Beautifully.
All right. Well, I'm here in Washington State in Gig Harbor, and it's beautiful. Blue skies in the Emerald Forest. Wonderful. It's warm here today.
How warm is it?
Wow, it feels, I don't have a thermometer in front of me, but it feels like 80s, mid-80s.
Oh, wow.
Definitely a 4th of July scorcher for the Pacific Northwest. I can only imagine what it's like in California, where I was before.
So are you living in Washington now, or are you living in... So you were living in California, but now you're living in Washington.
Yes, I'm in Washington State.
Do you like it better than California?
I do. I love it up here, Annie. I mean, the trees are so tall, they clean the air. And the water is naturally soft. We're on well water, and the aquifers are deep. So it's sweet. And
do you live in the woods?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, wow. Girl.
Beautiful house.
You've really come a long ways.
Well, yeah, I've been journeying quite a bit, Annie. And the best part about this area is there's less concrete, less black asphalt, and so much more of Mother Earth. So I get to go outside barefoot and earth with Mother Earth a lot daily. It's wonderful. But you know, I wanted to start out with a little prayer, if I might. A healing prayer, a Hawaiian healing prayer for everyone out there. If you don't mind.
Please do.
Okay, so everybody sit back in your chair and relax. Put your hands on your laps. Close your eyes and breathe with me. Just easy breaths. As I say to you, Divine Creator, Father, Mother, Son, as one, if I, my family, relatives, and ancestors have offended you, your family, relatives, and ancestors, in thoughts, words, deeds, and actions, from the beginning of our creation to the present, we ask your forgiveness. Let this cleanse, purify, release, and cut all the negative memories, blocks, energies, and vibrations, and transmute these unwanted energies to pure light. And so it is.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love that.
I've gotten into the habit, Annie, of starting everything with a prayer and ending everything with a prayer. So, and it seems to work very well. It's like lacing a lei. You start with one flower and you end with one flower. So.
So what is your Do you feel meditation and prayer are one and the same or of different frequency?
They can be one and the same. It depends on your heart space. I know a lot of people who use prayer as a way to scream out their frustration or ask for material things. I think of meditation and prayer as one because I'm trying to be that hollow bone that connects that beautiful platinum light energy from above with the beautiful heart energy of the earth. And we are the conduit. We connect it all together. And so I look at meditation and prayer as putting our bodies, biorhythmic, electromagnetic frequencies in sync with everything around us. So you have to watch what kind of words you're using. If you're asking for guidance, it comes from the heart, and when things are asked from the heart, sometimes tears flow, and that's good. Keeps you honest. But more importantly, things happen quickly when you manifest things with intentions that come from the heart and not the head. So yes, I think meditation and prayer can and are one and the same if your heart is in the right place.
So when you feel that people gather in one building or on one intention of prayer, do you think that the same kind of energy towards creating action or creating the intention that creates the action, do you think it's the same in the gathering of meditation as it is in the gathering of prayer? Do you think the power is the same then?
I do, because they're all united in agreement. That's the similarity. When you have a large gathering of individuals who come together for a common reason, a common purpose, you have agreement in the heart. And you also, if they're all reciting the same prayer, then you have agreement in the ha, in the divine breath that you're all sharing and exhaling outward as sound, as the prayerful words. Same with meditation. You may not be speaking, but you are breathing. Hopefully you're breathing diaphragmatically, which is using the upper and the lower portions of your lungs. Breathing, when you breathe that way, it's like a bellows into a fire. It just ignites all the creative forces. It's beautiful alchemy, really.
I like that, alchemy.
Yeah.
So I think that as we are right here, and I do want to say for anyone that wants to receive live wisdom and live life coaching, psychic life coaching from me and live wisdom coaching from Lanakila, I do encourage you to call into the show, and those of you that cannot make it to the show, it is going to be in the archives. Now, starting next week, Achieve Internet TV is going to be live streaming through YouTube. So that means that the option of it being on Facebook while it's being seen, or while, just a much more easy streaming ability to see and hear at the same time. And I'm kind of excited about that. But I do want to say that, again, the number to call in to the show before we start with Lana's 10, help me on that. It's what again?
10 powers of choice.
10 powers. And so you may want to be thinking about getting yourself in a comfortable place where you can enjoy this meditation or prayer or however you want to call it. And the number to call in later for a psychic and wisdom reading is 602-666-6027. That's 602-666-6027. And I believe that we will start with your meditation now. How about that?
Wonderful, Annie, wonderful. You can change the way you see things, the way you experience things, and the way you do things. Own your mana iho, your self-power, your powers of choice, the power of responsibility. I choose my thoughts, my feelings, my words, and my actions. I am the master of my inner world. Everything I desire, all the love, happiness, peace, and abundance is within me. And I choose thoughts and feelings of love, happiness, peace, and abundance, whatever the circumstances. I have the power to make a conscious choice in every moment. The power of clarity. I choose to enter my mind with the light of awareness. I choose to live my life in the truth of now. I am at peace with myself and at peace with the world. The power of relaxation. I choose to soften the contours of my consciousness and simply be here now. I relax my breath. I relax my body. I relax my mind. I allow life to flow through me like a river. I choose to let go and let God in this perfect moment. I am one with myself and at one with what is. The power of presence. I choose to rest deeply in the power of this present moment. I choose in this moment to awaken and to know myself as I really am. I choose in this moment to know myself as a divine creation of infinite potential. And in this moment, I am whole and I am holy. In this moment, I simply am. The power of love. I choose to say yes to life, and I open wide to welcome everything. I see through the eyes of my heart, and I see perfection in everything. I am a lover of life, and my love blesses the world with its holiness. The power of gratitude. Gratitude is a conscious choice I make in every moment. I choose to see everything as a gift from the divine. I am available for all that is good in my life. I am available for all that is God in my life. The power of forgiveness. I choose to know that all forms are born from divine mind. I choose to see the light of God in everyone and in everything. I am whole, and I am holy. I see the world through the eyes of holiness. The power of trust. I choose to live in the wonder of now. I choose to experience every moment as an adventure, to be met with eyes wide open and belly soft. I am at one with God, because God is with me wherever I go. The power of service. I choose to serve God by making myself available for the download of my divine mission. I am here to shine the light of my magnificence on everything I say and do. I am here to know the truth of my infinite potential. I am here to remember my divinity and to manifest my destiny. And finally, the power of action. I choose to remember that I am a spiritual being of infinite magnitude. I choose to inhabit my eternal radiant nature. I am the light of God. I am the light of the world. You are loved. You are blessed. And so it is. Aloha ke akua.
Oh, that is beautiful. And that's the 10 powers of choice. I got a little weepy there.
Oh, that's good.
That is just amazing. You really do some amazing meditations, and your voice is so perfect for that.
Yeah,
I wanted to go and remind everybody that if they would like to see more of Lana, and she has a very, very inspiring blog, and it's called what?
Spreadaloha.wordpress.com.
That's right, spreadaloha.wordpress.com. And I am looking at it, and there's this wonderful picture of you and your parrot. What kind of parrot is that?
He's a West African Jardines parrot, a medium-sized African parrot with a huge personality.
Does he have a huge personality? And now,
Yes.
how long has he been with you?
He just turned 11 in March.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's going to be with you for a while.
Yes. He's green, and he has an emerald green with emerald green wings, and he has little orange specks on the side of his wing, and then kind of orange,
a crown.
What would you call it? Crown on above his beak, and it's right on the top of his head, and he's very amazing. Now, I wanted to discuss a couple of things that you have spoken on your blog. We have the nature of consciousness. Now, it says to go out of your mind once a day is tremendously important, because by going out of your mind, you come to your senses. Explain that to me.
Oh, you have to let go, release to be released. Put your hang-ups aside, your fears. Fear is forget everything and run. I say feel the experience and rise. So embrace what's coming, because Annie, we can't control everything that comes our way, but we can control how we react to it.
I agree. I agree. I
Yes.
agree.
So if you can do that much, hey, the rest of it will feel easier, and that eases the mind as well. So yes, you go out of your mind.
Give us an example. Give us an example, a common day example where this would be applied.
You get a flat tire on your way to the grocery store or coming home, worse yet. And you have to be on Annie's show at 3 p.m. and it's 2 o'clock.
That happened?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. It's hot outside, and you forgot your AAA card, and you're thinking to yourself, oh my goodness. Now you could sit there for 15, 20 minutes and go, oh my goodness, and utter other things, and that wastes time, right?
Right.
Or you can remember, you've got a cell phone. Perhaps you can call somebody to pick you up and at least take you home or something, but if you give yourself a moment to just breathe, get that first initial shock out of your system, but breathe and calm yourself and channel that anxious energy, that nervous energy into creative energy. You can find a solution right there and at least get out of that pickle.
Right.
To get to the next moment. Yes.
Let me ask you this, Lana. Do you remember when we were all so afraid of what was coming in, was it the year 2000 or was it, 2013?
No, 2012.
2012.
2012, yeah.
How do you feel now compared to what you felt then? How have things changed for you? Or not changed for you?
Things have changed dramatically, Annie, for me. I have been challenged to the core. Everything I blog about, I've lived it. And I have to say that it does help when you feel anxiety, rather than scrunch your shoulders up, take a deep diaphragmatic breath and relax those shoulders back into control. Use the adrenaline to spark a creative thought rather than a frightened one. And I found that when I did that, even though I was in a situation that was, kind of sticky or a lot sticky, it didn't matter because it was just things swirling around me as long as I was in my peaceful center, in the eye of the storm. I found that I could sleep. I could weather anything. Anything. And since the last time we spoke, Annie, I've lost my house. I've lost a lot of material things.
You've lost it in what way?
It was a foreclosure because I had a couple of business deals that went sour on me, and it threw my finances off kilter completely. And I'm not embarrassed to tell you.
No.
Not at all.
Well, we've all been there. We've all been there.
Yes, and I'm talking to you in the middle of a huge 3,100 square foot house on a beautiful 2.5 acre plot, all completely finished out.
So what happened? How did that happen?
Well, I say it happened one moment at a time. Trying not to, it's like going down a roller coaster. You don't want to go down, and you have to just hang on to that bar because you're going to fly off.
Yeah.
I don't like roller coaster rides, not at all.
I hate it. No.
Yeah, I don't like them at all. But that's how it felt. And I made myself laugh through the worst of it. And you know what? I got strength. I got the strength to brainstorm my way out. And so here I am, 18 months later, here I am. And it's good. It's very good. I'm still working things out, but I can breathe. I can honestly speak to you in this tone of voice because it's beautiful here.
I was going to say you sound much more relaxed.
Yes, I am. I am. And that's a wonderful feeling. And I hope that people don't think I'm just saying this because I'm on the air. For the people that know me personally and have seen me recently, they know I'm not kidding. I really do feel this way. And my mother will tell you, and I hadn't seen her in 5 years. So she hadn't seen me until the week of Father's Day, which was a pathetic reunion. And she couldn't believe how much I had changed. To me, I just figured I got a hold of myself,
Right.
But for my mother, who hadn't seen me in a while, both my mother and father were amazed. And we had the best time, Annie. We had the best Father's Day we've ever had in decades. That's how good it was.
Wow.
Yeah, we see each other eye to eye, and it was wonderful for once. Yeah, and I didn't have to compromise anything of myself. You know how it is when you're a child, you figure, well, I've got to live up to whatever mark my parents put out there, and you have to live with the disappointment. No, I didn't have any of that because they could see I was comfortable in my skin. And I suppose that's the message I'm giving to everybody. Be brave, be courageous, and step forward. Yeah.
And would you say that for those that have houses foreclosing and their businesses are perhaps falling apart, that like you, it may be a call to go a next level into something that's way better then?
Yes, and I know things are going to be better. I can feel them, Annie. I can feel it's a wonderful feeling, when you can feel the upward swing. Because life is peaks and valleys. We all know this. You could just look at the water in the ocean or in a lake or in a river to understand that dynamic.
Yes.
So if things are going well, then eventually they're going to even out, which means they're not going to feel so well. So you prepare for that. And then when things are at a low, you have something to look forward to, and you prepare for that as well. And in the preparing, you're actually in your, what I call my kapu space, my sacred space, the eye of the storm. And meditation helps a lot. It really does. And that's where those 10 powers of choice come in. You can choose to be crazy, or you can choose to be yourself and be self-responsible, is what it comes down to.
Right. I think that makes wonderful sense, and boy, I just really relate to the fact that you have sounds so much more. It's just a very much more laid back feeling, I think, about you, and I know that that there was some stuff going on as far as the stress of that we were all going through about the world coming to an end. And I guess maybe like you said, it isn't that things change, it's how we accept it or how we adapt to it. And for all of us, definitely the world will come to an end at some point, whether it's in a car crash or whether it's in, something that happens to us. None of us can say that we are going to make it until the end of the world, but for all of us there will be, but it's about how we take what comes to us, and I really appreciate that. I want to go to a few people that are we have just one that's brave enough to be in the phone room. The others are in Quicks, and I have, let me see, some of these are, okay, 7:15, 10:31, 15. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out which ones are the ones that are mine. We've got one. Let's take Jan first. Jan is in the phone room, and I do want to encourage everyone that if you would please call into 602-666-6027 and then *5 to show up in the phone room. We are taking calls right now. I will read for you in the quick, but we would much rather hear your voice and share our breath and energy with you and your breath and energy on the phone. But if you want, we can go through the quick as well. So let's start out with Jan. Jan, how are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you both this afternoon?
Aloha, Jan. We're doing well. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I have a question for you.
Okay.
I handed in a resume to a lady at a law firm, and they said probably in a few months they'd have an opening. Do you see anything coming up for me with that in a few months with them?
Would you like me to go first, Lana, or do you want to go first? Or
Well, Annie, I'm using a different deck today, and I'm using a different way of reading it. So
wonderful.
Yeah, I'm using, just so everyone knows, since this is a tarot show, I am using Hazel Moon's Hawaiian Tarot by Catalin E. Ciscos. Yes. You can look that up on the net, folks. Wonderful imagery, very much Hawaii. And I got the Hanged Man. And that's a card where you are waiting. You're waiting. So I think you need to take a breath, my friend, and wait it out. Don't be so anxious. Things will happen. Good things will happen. But you need to just take a breath and don't put all of your stress into the waiting. Because while you're doing that, you're missing opportunities that are swirling around you. Okay? That's what I get as the peak answer for her in the moment.
Okay. And Jan, what I have, if you do not hear from these people within 2 months, you're not going to. My feeling is that, like Lana and her story about her house going, into, I forget what that word is, but losing her house. You have to sometimes relate to change in different ways. And I think that it's wonderful that you were given hope about this. And I'm not saying there isn't hope, but I'm also saying, in agreement with Lana, you're in a time where you have to be flexible. You really, really need to be able to, and in fact, I have the card of flexibility. It's right here. And it says that I am flexible and adaptable to change while I pursue my ambitions, which is exactly what you just said, Lana.
Yes.
And the other card I got was respect, which says I can manifest love and respect when I love and respect myself. So I think that what that's saying is the same as when you chill out and you just decide to not allow yourself to go into anxiety, as Lana just said, that you will find that things fall into place like dominoes. However, if you get impatient, if you start to block yourself from other opportunities, if you start to lose your ambition for other goals while you're waiting for this job, then you're kind of putting all your eggs in one basket. So I think that, like soulmates, there's 1,000 soulmates for each person. There's 1,000 jobs out there waiting for you, Jan. So don't put all your eggs in one basket on this one. My feeling is if you haven't, you should keep on looking, keep on being flexible, keep on respecting yourself, and you'll find that respect coming back to you. And I think you'll have a job within the next 2 months, but you're going to have to open up open up a little bit.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds great. Enjoying your show, and thank you very much.
And good luck on your job search. Truly. You'll find that job sooner than you think.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. So we're going to go into Mina from Tennessee, and she says, "Hi, Anne-Marie and Lana. I started a job in June and wondered if you see it being successful. Thank you." Mina from Tennessee.
Ooh. Wow. Actually, I think she's going to be great. I think she's going to be great.
Oh, that's what the ooh was about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, well, the Emperor came up,
Ooh.
so.
Ooh,
yeah.
see, the ooh. Yep. That could mean a couple of things.
It could be, but it means, for me, it means you're in control. Stability is in the air. You are coming into your own, as it were. Goals are being realized, and there's good work ahead. Productive, profitable work. I think she's going to do fine. I think she's going to be great.
And I would have to agree, because what comes up are these cards. Gratitude. I am grateful and appreciate all the abundance I have in my life today. The next card I get is receptiveness. Receptivity? Is that how you say it? I am open in my heart and mind to receiving the blessings I deserve. And that to me says what you put out is what you'll get back. And visualization comes up, which says I make mental pictures of my goals that are simple and to the point, which says don't overshoot your dreams. Keep them simple. And if something better happens and you get a huge promotion or a huge raise, well, that's wonderful. But in the meantime, just appreciate what you have. And the last thing I get is friendship, which says special friends are going to help you and bring you strength during difficult times. So it's all good.
It's all good. She's going to rule that roost. It's wonderful.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. She'll just be Miss Popular, and they'll be putting a little tiara on her head. And, yep.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to go to Brenda from New York. And Brenda says, "Hello, I am about to apply for a loan to start a new business." We have a lot of business women here today. You're welcome, Mina. You're very welcome. And Brenda says, "I am about to apply for a loan to start a new business. Do you see it moving smoothly?" I'm not sure whether you mean, do I see you getting the loan, or do you see the new business going smoothly? So I guess maybe I'll put that in your ball court, Lana.
Well, it's funny that she said that she's applying for a loan, because I get major change. Yes, I do. It's not a fearful change, but it's an indication that a huge transformation is about to occur. Old behaviors and patterns which have tied her down are going to be released. Hey, that means she's going to get her loan and probably do something great with it, with her business. There's a lot of potential there. I mean, it's a doorway. I get a portal. I have number 13 card, my dear, which is major change. Yes. Most people think the death card is a bad card, but it is not. It is a portal.
Oh.
Yes, it is a portal to greater things. As I said, release to be released so that more potential comes your way. Don't get locked into a pattern. And I see that this is going to be a good thing for her, this business loan.
Well, that's good. And you know, it takes being connecting with your inner warrior to get it together enough to go and believe in yourself enough to get a loan for a business. So she's already taking the first steps by, you know, having that inner strength to get her nerve up to get the loan. And when I look at what's coming up for her, it says, basically, to follow your intuition on this, it says it's all going to be in that little loan office about your attitude. Now,
Yes.
Granted, they will look at your credit score too, but you know, it's also going to matter how they read your body language and you know, if you act successful and positive, they're going to see you as someone that can create positive, successful things in your life.
Right. She's her own business plan.
Right.
Yeah. And I think she's going to do great. I honestly do. I don't take any of these energies in a negative sense because they aren't. You know how it is, Annie. Energies are neutral. It depends on how you react to them and how you negotiate through those waters. You can be fearful of the change or you can embrace it. You know.
I've always liked the philosophy too that the universe is a scientific kitchen with all these bubbling energetic vials, and what you put out is often what you get back from the universe. And the universe doesn't mean to do you wrong. So when people say, "Why, Lord, why?" oftentimes you have to look within yourself and say, "What energy am I projecting out that the universe is giving me more instead of less?" And so I have noticed, for instance, that when I'm broke, I tend to keep on getting broke. But if one break happens and I start to feel hope, and I get a good night's sleep, oh my gosh, a good night's sleep works so well.
You know what else works that too, Annie? Not to interrupt too much, but if you feel broke and you've got $5 left, donate that $5 to somebody that needs it, like a homeless person or somebody. But give it away, and it comes back tenfold. I swear it does.
You're right.
Times we've done that, and it always comes back. You give your last $5, and then you find 50 somewhere. It's really. You know what you need.
You know what's really weird is that I have noticed I can spend $126 a month on marketing something, or I can give somebody $25 for a loan, and I'll get the same amount of business back that I would have put into the $126. You know, I mean, you're right. Just being charitable, like you said, of service. When you are of service, when you give something away, I don't know what happens, but I think it's that old chemistry lab up in the universe bubbling and giving you back more.
Or you think of yourself as a big magnet. We are electromagnetic after all. So you've charged yourself positively, you know, with a better choice. So you're gonna bring better results to you.
Right. I see. And I just feel that because it's happened to me and experienced, and I'm sure it's happened to you definitely.
Yes.
So, Brenda, it looks good for you. We have a new day, or a new day, I think her name is. She's from Maine, and she says, greetings, Victoria, Lanakila, and Anne Marie. Happy to tune in today, and thank you for being here. Your topic today is right on, and going through this process once again, only more deeply this time. Have had some good cries along the way and feeling lighter. I would so appreciate an angel reading today, if possible. Blessings and love to all. Thank you so much. Namaste.
I love her energy. The universe card came up for me, Annie, and you know what that means. That is just fulfillment of heartfelt intentions, heartfelt goals. You know, ask from the universe. I feel that she's going to be in for a wonderful next few months. A lot of things, good things are going to happen to her.
I believe that a new way will definitely have that as well. And having good cries does release energy too. Sometimes that good energy is easier to get in when we stop trying to be so strong that we can't cry.
So the tears thing, Annie, when you release all of those fears, the negative stuff, and you embrace who you are, you look at yourself and you accept who you are, your decisions, you accept responsibility, and then you release the negativity that you associate with it, you're going to cry. And the body gets rid of those chemicals that keep you in your funk through your tears. So let it go. It's not an embarrassment, and it's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. So it goes to her.
Yeah, I agree. And you know what I've noticed about getting older? I cry now as much about beautiful things as I do bad things.
Yes.
If I hear a beautiful song, or I see a beautiful painting, or I heard your beautiful meditation, I will shed tears now. It strikes me with as much beauty and intensity as just feeling bad. So tears for me are not related to just bad things now.
Yes, I'm that same way. I've got tears in my eyes right now.
Yes. And maybe we just have that weird disease where you just laugh when you're supposed to. Oh, no.
I've had that for a while.
What comes up for me, a new way, is that you used to be confused. You used to feel like the earth was shaking under your feet. But you've learned to relax. And that's opening up a lot of opportunities for you. And also, I believe that detaching from the way the earth used to shake on your feet, under your feet, and not trying to, what I call, have an acid flashback on the bad times, so that you find that just when you're happy, you'll have an acid flashback of, oh my gosh, I remember when I was, don't do that. Detach from those negative thoughts and those negative memories. Be patient, relax. The opportunities are going to come, and I believe that's what your angels need you to know.
It's a brand new world for her.
Yep.
Congratulations.
That's right. So, we have 5 minutes left, and I would like to go back to your blog and just kind of go through some topics here. And just for today, it says, spend some time with someone you look on to as an elder. As life-prolonging technologies continue to lengthen our stay on Earth, we still are learning how to confront the challenges of longer lives. How do you feel about that?
Well, that means that for those of you who feel like, God, I just want to get this over with. I don't want to be here anymore. I say to you, why are you so in a hurry to get somewhere where you don't even know where you're going? You haven't even appreciated the opportunities, the energies of creation around you. You know, how do we preserve human dignity? First off, by being responsible, looking at yourself, you know, because you make your own hell or your own heaven. It's right here, right now. And sometimes the best sounding board is someone who's older, who's been around the block that many times. You know, it's time to do some consulting if you can't find the strength within yourself to accept yourself, to forgive yourself, and to pick yourself up and move on. You know, then perhaps you need to consult someone who you respect.
Right.
Consider an elder, because you know, once you start accepting who you are, you know, your body aches go away.
It says, how do we preserve human dignity and joy as our bodies struggle with the inevitable decline of age?
Yes. Well, again, the body houses the spirit. If the spirit has not been able to express itself, it will manifest its disagreement with your inability to look at that situation in the body. If you think you're not loved, guess what? You might get breast cancer, or you might get heart problems, you know, or you might get a terrible skin condition that you can't seem to get rid of because you're so anxious. Relax. Open up to yourself. Be your own mirror. And if you can't be your own mirror, find someone that you look up to so that they can be that mirror for you.
And you know something about wrinkles. It says wrinkles should merely indicate where smiles have been, says
Yes.
Mark Twain. But I really believe that if you want to see the story of someone's life, they say you can count the tree rings and look at the chemicals and all of the trauma in the tree rings of a tree, the rings around a tree, and determine its age and the conditions it lived in. And I feel that our faces also are like those tree rings, in that smile lines are always going to make your wrinkles go up, or your lines go up. But if you've had a tragic life, or if you've noticed someone that has a tragic life or suffered from depression, oftentimes their lines and wrinkles will go down like a sad clown.
Yes.
And I think that what we need to remember is that it's never too late to change the direction our lines go. If we can always try to work with that wild chemistry lab in the universe. Put out that good energy. Put out the patience. Put out all that stuff that we talked about, and make your lines go up instead of like a sad clown.
And you know, it does it quickly, Annie. It does it quickly.
I know it. And isn't that weird too? It really does.
Yeah.
One good day with your friends, or one good lay in bed, or one good whatever can completely change the glow of your skin and the direction of the lines on your face.
Agreed. Totally.
Yeah. There's another one. It says, and here's one. I'm not sure how. Seeds for meditation. And those of you that were listening with us, we have 1 minute and 9 seconds left. So I will shoot through this. Seeds for meditation. And it says it's time to let go of anything you no longer need in your life, and trust that you are about to begin manifesting dreams you'd almost given up on. No regrets. Right?
Right.
So, Lana, thank you so much for being with us, and give us your blog post again address.
You can find me at spreadaloha.wordpress.com. Take care, everybody. Aloha kea kua.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
oldest and most trusted station of its kind in the world. This is achieveradio.com. Empower yourself.
Hi, I'm Anne-Marie Odell at Achieve Radio's Tarot Joy. Come on upstairs. Grab yourself a tapestried pillow and get a down-home, honest reading with 30 years Master Tarot channeling experience. In addition, I will have a weekly spiritual guest from around the world. That's 2 readings per call for you. After the show, I invite you to come on over to thecallingoflight.com. I offer PayPal readings at 15-minute or 30-minute sections of time. All yours. To thecallingoflight.com.